This May of 2013, my parents are celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. I am using images from my computer taken by me and others in the family over a long period of time, but more from recent times, to create a very small marker and memento in the form of this video to mark their special day and to honor and commemorate and discuss the 50 years that went before that day. It is no small achievement to stay together for half a century. In these early frames, we show some of their origins in the high school they attended together. And in these next little videos, we see the 50th anniversary of my grandparents, my dad's parents, which we all celebrated. That came at a hard time for me too, but I was still married to my ex-wife, Michelle, and my parents are deep into their marriage. So the chain of love continues in them, unbroken and committed. My parents have been and are involved in missionary activity and cities and countries on many continents and places in the world, and have been for a long time. But the truth is they traveled a great deal in study and other ways before that, and their family, all of us, have traveled without them as well as with them. So travel's a big theme, and I'll let my niece Annika from an earlier video say a few words about that when she was much younger than she is now. How do you like traveling around at your age, Annika?
It's really cool because you get to see different places and meet different people.
And where are some of the places you've been?
I've been to Rome, I've been to Spain, I've been to Mexico, I've been to Belize, I've been to Connecticut, I've been to Georgia.
And how do you know me?
You're my uncle.
And what else?
My godfather.
Right. And so, Annika Claire Spieler, I thank you for your sharing with me on our little film Montage Remembered. Montage Remembered, along with many other videos, essays, blog posts, stories, songs, are just part of telling the very involved story of our family and the different things we do. Traveling is among the interests Mom and Dad have shared, and their faith, of course, in recent years. Their Louisiana heritage has always been there, but there have been many things in which they were very different, many interests they didn't share that much.
I've never tried to describe how I feel about hunting in just a few words, but being challenged to do that, I would say that hunting is for me a wonderful thing because it brings us into the great outdoors, it brings us into creation, it allows us to channel energies and thought into one of man's oldest undertakings. Something primal about hunting and fishing for me. As also exploring an adventure in the great outdoors.
While they've been missionaries together, my mother's written 2 books, and Dad's done a lot of hunting and fishing. Some years they didn't either one do that much of that, and they did other things. We, their families, have been their pooled efforts as well, and ministries of all sorts and all kinds, together with us and without us. And this video is just a tiny part of a story that can't be told all in one place, in one time, in one video. And it isn't a complete or balanced story. It's just my take before the event happens, whatever happens. This is both a theme video and an event video. My parents are about to celebrate 50 years of marriage in 2013. I start this video mentioning an event, as I have in other videos I've made and uploaded. And I do this knowing that I will also mention other events that have gone on and are going on in my life. The event of my parents celebrating a golden wedding anniversary is a once-in-a-lifetime event. This video is not an electronic greeting card. I will use cards for the occasion, but this is not one of them. This is like all of my videos in that it is a little movie. It is my effort to communicate about what is happening and what has happened in my life, and it is also about what my thoughts and feelings are as regards those happenings.
Society goes by the way the family goes. If the family is strong, society is strong. But more than that, family is the building block. It's the first thing God did, and it's the last place He expects us to be. He expects to teach us everything we need to know in our families. The Catholic Church teaches that the education of the children begins with the family and is expected to take place in the family. And
in the vein of marriage and family, this video asks you to enter into a river of memories of my nuclear family's 50 years. I have many family memories, and marriage is a part of all of them. I and all of my brothers and sisters have been married, except for Simon Peter, who is not able to live in or contract marriage. I was married for about 7 years. My sister Sarah has been married twice. Her first marriage and my only marriage were merely putative in the judgment of the Catholic tribunals of annulment, but in the eyes of the state of Louisiana were marriages that ended in divorce. My life has been very difficult in many ways, but my brothers and sisters who are married, other than Sarah, are in their first marriage, and Sarah's happily remarried. And while I am in a difficult place and living close to my parents' marriage, I find a need to say good things about what I've seen of these 50 years, as well as to lament those things which are not all they might have been. And I have more memories of these years than anyone else but them, so I have something to say. This video is a collection of memories, whether New Zealand's botanical gardens, or whether family Christmases, whether fundraising, concerts, or trips to the beach. It is a collection of memories, and I give it to those who will watch it, including any family members that do. But it is not an anniversary gift, just it is not a card. But it is, I suppose, about gifts as much as it is about anything else. I suppose I myself may have given over 1,000 gifts to family members on various occasions in my lifetime. I've received many gifts as well. Most of the gifts I've given have not been very fine or expensive. Only a few have been. But giving and family are united in many traditions and in many holidays and events in our own family. And so the islands of Christmas trees built up and surrounded by gifts at the bottom, around which each year's Christmas season flows, are only a few of the islands in this river of memories. And many of the other islands, whether first communions or weddings or confirmations or birthdays, are also marked by gifts, larger and smaller, depending on the occasion. The JPG Academy, where Elise, Annika, and Soren attend, is also where my brother John Paul teaches film and Spanish classes. The same building and campus used to house a Christian Brothers school. That school was closed when my mother and I taught at the Catholic school where Sarah graduated with the father of her 3 oldest children. But even at that school we had meetings and retreats on the campus on occasion, and several staff members, one very long-term and other short-term members, came from the old LaSalle Christian Brothers School. now JPG is part of the river of our memories.
Y'all want to go in front of the school?
Yes, we're gonna go like from the driveway, the whole driveway. We're gonna go around.
Okay, and then we're gonna go. Then we'll start.
We're gonna walk, run as fast as we possibly can.
Yeah, smile, Mateo.
Hey, Annika, how you doing? Yeah, y'all get a little closer. I can get you together in video for a minute, and then Isaac joined the Spieler kids to join Kevin Granger and Sarah Granger and make the whole family complete. And he had it recently at his first birthday. So many stories don't get told. His little football will lead to the kind of football the Van Vickels and the Hindelang boys already have played, and the soccer the other kids have played, and the tradition goes on. I chose to speak earlier about my father's family, his parents celebrating the 50th, and they did. And so did my mother's parents. I don't have pictures of that in this, but I do have pictures of her family moving their home, which became known as Kissenoaks, and setting it up. And then this recent year, my parents moved a home, as they've moved homes before, but they moved a home for their own residence here to Big Woods, and in the tradition of Kissenoaks, settled it here. It was a great adventure and a carrying on of a family tradition that came from the Grimion family, along with many others. And so the 50 years of life that they've built together is 50 years that they have shared, blending Summers and Grimion traditions. And even at this time, they are putting together a new home, which inside is used for meals for family, and outside kids hunt for Easter eggs and play, and the tradition continues. 50 years. And so in conclusion, a few words from me honoring my parents' 50 years of marriage. This video is made before the actual celebration and the vacation that follows. How much of all that I'll participate in what way, I'm not entirely sure, but I am sure that I honor all the stories told in this video and the many, many more not told of their love.